Hello everybody and welcome to Reviews That Don't Matter with Jessica Hitt. My name is Jessica Hitt. On today's episode we are continuing my Star Wars experience with Star Wars Clone Wars Season 3. It was okay. I guess I was just on such a high on Season 2 because I loved it so much that when I went into Season 3 I was expecting that same caliber, which I didn't feel like I got. But I still really enjoyed the season. There's three main reasons why I didn't necessarily like the season as much as last season. The first one is that it started off really slow in my opinion. The second is that it feels like they're telling the story like out of order in a way, because you see at the end of season 1 that Zero the Hutt has escaped from Coruscant prison with the help of Cad Bane and Aurra Sing and all of them. But then you see when Padme has Aurra Sing coming after her to kill her, it was ordered by Zero, who's still in Coruscant prison, and then they have a couple episodes later to where he had just been broken out of prison and now the Hutt Council is after him because he has some information. So I don't really like the fact that it's out of order and I can't really tell, like, it really bugged me. Like, it threw me off for a little bit. And the third thing is I just don't like the episodes where it's just solely kind of about the droids, like C-3PO and R2-D2. They've always bugged me. I think they're boring. I just can't get into them in my opinion, and I know that's probably blasphemy and that a lot of people love R2-D2 and C-3PO, but I just couldn't get into those episodes. I like them in small doses, but they focus a lot on R2-D2 as like throughout the entire series so far, and they've done a couple of episodes where it's just like him, and it really has bugged me. It really has. But there was all of that stuff on Mandalore about it becoming more and more corrupt, and I really enjoyed that. It started with Padme being in there, and then Ahsoka came in, and she was kind of watching out, but she was teaching like this group of kids. And I really like the stuff on Mandalore, and I will say Duchess Satine is growing on me. Yeah, I've been really enjoying Duchess Satine in this season, and I can see more how her and Obi-Wan have connected, because really they are kind of similar, because Obi-Wan is very like calm and he wants to keep the peace. He's not necessarily like Anakin, who really is a fighter and really aggressive. And I think that I could totally see them like falling for each other. But then after the Mandalore stuff, it kind of goes straight into the Night Sisters and Ventress, and Ventress has never been that interesting to me. I'm not quite sure why. So they introduced where Ventress comes from, which is the Night Sisters, which they also have brothers in a different thing, which is where Darth Maul came from. So they pick someone out, and it's Savage Opress, and they make him into this like beast warrior. And it was okay, but I don't like the episodes that are just solely about the villains either. I like a good mix of it. I did think it was interesting that it was Darth Sidious telling Count Dooku that he needed to get rid of his apprentice, because I think that story that Darth Sidious or Chancellor Palpatine tells in Revenge of the Sith to Anakin about the old Sith Lord that knew how to control death and that his apprentice murdered him in his sleep, I think that was very clearly him murdering his old master, which is never stated clearly. You're just kind of supposed to kind of know, but it's never confirmed. I'm just assuming that's what it is. I think he's kind of a little afraid that Count Dooku and Ventress will try to overcome Darth Sidious, which is Palpatine, and so he's the one who orders Dooku to get rid of Ventress. And it's weird because you can see Ventress actually, or you can see Dooku is really attached to Ventress, which I did find interesting, but I didn't care much for all of the Night Sister stuff, personally, in my opinion. But we did get the introduction of General Tarkin in this, which I found really cool, and it was shocking too. I was not expecting him to be in the series, but it totally makes sense. He just like came out of nowhere, and I was like, whoa, that's really cool. And you kind of get to see him a little bit more, and it's interesting that him and Anakin kind of get along when Anakin is on the light side of the Force, of course. And I would I wonder if Tarkin knows who Darth Vader is, like if it's the same Jedi that he met and was rescued by. I wonder. Not quite sure, but I wonder. I do think season 3 ended off really strong with Ahsoka being captured by those hunters and having it be a couple, like this little band of Jedis that were being hunted, and they take down this whole thing, and then you meet Chewbacca for the first time in the series as like a young one. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really enjoy it. I like any episode that solely follows Ahsoka. I just think she's so entertaining. And she's just, I think she's just a great fleshed out, developed character who has also just been learning so much, and she's been growing so much. I love it. I love any episode with her, and I thought that ended really well, especially on the thing where like Anakin was so worried about her, and then she came back, she's like, you've taught me how to survive these things, that's how I got through it. And I thought that was a really good thing, and it really showed just how attached he gets to her. As you can tell, I wasn't the highest on season 3, but it ended really strong, which made me excited to go straight into season 4, which I did, so you will be seeing that review tomorrow. So just like, comment down below, tell me some thoughts about this season. Remember, no spoilers, please. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow.